Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone chant the holy name louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Haribol.
Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki. Shri Shri Radha Damodar ki. Shri Shri Nitai Gaura Hari ki. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. So we will still continue with some kirtan for the next half an hour. Different devotees will sing. And at 7 o'clock, we will rise for the Gaura Arti. So you can leave your seats and come to this vacant area and face the altar for Gaura Arti. Gaura Arti will be very short today. Well, the Arti will go on, but the song will be quick and short. By 7:14, thereabouts, we want to stop, because by 7:15 we want to be facing Srila Prabhupada. And thereafter the program will focus on Srila Prabhupada on that side. Alright? So please participate in the kirtan as you've been doing already. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. So let's say Hari Bol for all of these kirtaniers. Keep your ears to the ground for the youth kirtan after examinations. Hari Hari Bol. It's going to happen. So we'd like you to rise for Gaur Aarti, but just before you do, when everybody rises and comes to here, then when you go back to your seats, we want the Madhajis to sit on this side and the Prabhus to go on that side. Okay? So please do that, because Maharaj will be sitting there on the Vyasasan. So when you go back after Gaura Arti, then Mataji is this side, Prabhu's on that side. So please rise for Gaura Arti now and come forward to this vacant area. Then it just makes it easy for everybody to transit to the new chairs, to the new positions. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki, Shri Shri Radha Damodar Ki, Shri Giri Govardhan Ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Hari Ki, Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Shobha Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Shobha Janavi Tatavane Jagamanalabha Takini Tai Chan Mame Gadadar Nikate Advaita Shrini Vasa Chatradara Bashi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane Arati Karena Brahma Adi Devagane Narahari Adhikari Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Bashu Gashare Gaya Shankar Yamukunda Bashu Gashare Gaya Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karata Shankar Baje Ganta Baje Baje Karatala Ganta Baje Madhura Mridanga Baje Paramarasala Madhura Mridanga Baje
Paramarasala Shanka baje, ganta baje, madhur 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 baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madhur 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 baje. Ganta baje. Shanka baje, ganta baje, madhur 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 baje. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Bahu koti Chandra jini Vadana ujvala Bahu koti Chandra jini Vadana ujvala Gala deshe banamala Kore jalamala Gala deshe banamala Kore jalamala Shiva Sukha Narada Prema Gadada Shiva Sukha Narada Prema Gadada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Bhakti Vinoda Deke Gaurara Sampada Gaurange Aratika Shobha Jagajana Manalabha Gaurange Aratika Shobha Jagajana Manalabha Gauranga Aradhika Shobha Jagajana Manalabha Gauranga Aradhika Shobha Jagajana Manalabha Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribol. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminite Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Charine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Gaura Nitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jai Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaura Premanande.
Shri Shri Radha Radhanath ki, Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Hare ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Gaur Premanande. So please take your seats, Mataji's on this side, closer to the altar, and Prabhu's on that side. So those of you who have come for the first time, please be aware that the males, if I can be binary for a change, the males on one side and the females on the other side. Those of you who are young and able, there's some lovely space down here on the carpets facing Srila Prabhupada directly. Please come and do that. Hare Krishna. So the Matajis want to be here at the back on the carpets here, can come through here. His Holiness Srila Parthasarathy Das Goswami Maharaj ki. So very privileged to have Maharaj here to lead us in the meditation on Srila Prabhupada, on his Tirubhav. So we're now
It's all right. Hare Krishna. So, some or other, by some mercy, I have Srila Prabhupada's Datoon. What is a Datoon? Toothbrush, but not made in China. This is eucalyptus tree. And Prabhupada asked us to go and get. So we climbed up trees and actually got caught by the police. So this is a Datoon. When Prabhupada left, 1975, I went into his bathroom and I found this. So logical to assume Prabhupada used it. It was in the bathroom. So it's a twig, and then they cut the top, and then Prabhupada preferred to use that than a toothbrush. This is Vedic. And he always wanted this Datoon. It's usually Nimwood, but we couldn't find Nimwood trees. I think in the botanical garden there is, but this is, so the devotee will go around, take it out of the plastic, put it on your forehead for a couple seconds, and you pray to Srila Prabhupada, and that you can become stronger in your faith, and that he can gradually reveal himself to you, and then we'll do with the ladies also. Thank you. And now we're doing.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for that transcendental mercy. I just want to ask you, because we're going to be meditating on Srila Prabhupada, you can adjust your chair slightly so that you can face that way. His Grace Ram Vijay Prabhu will sing the Guru Ashtakam, and the Artik will be performed simultaneously. Alanat Prabhu? Yes. Maharaj will perform the Artik.
Slower. Do slow a little bit, right? Samsardava nalalita loka Tranaya karunya gana ganatvam Samsarda. Give me the cutter. Give me the cutter. Yeah, thank you. Samsardava nalalita loka Trinaya karunya gana ganatvam Praptasya karyana gunanavasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Varitramadyan Vanasorasena Romanchakampa Sutaranga Bhajo Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vigraharadana Nitya Nana Shringaratan Mandira Marjanado Yuktasya bhaktam saniyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Sadvana Triptam Haribhat Sangam Tritveva Triptim Bhajata Sadeva Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Radhika Madhavayor Para Madhurya Leela Gunarup Nam Nam Pratikshana swadanalolupasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Nikunja yuno ratikeli sidhai Yayali viryo pirapekshaniya Tatrati daksha dativalabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Sakshadaritveina samasta sastre Optastata bhavyata eva sadhi Kintu Prabhuya priya eva tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasado Yasya prasadan nagati kutopi Tayam stuvam stasya yasastri sandham Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki ISKCON founder Charya Srila Prabhupada ki Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo.
Hare Krishna. So it is in this point approximately now that Srila Prabhupada left his body in 1977 in Sri Vrindavan Dham, surrounded by the devotees chanting the holy name. So we want you to take a minute to meditate on that. please turn those mobile phones off. It's really disturbing. So we can all just simply meditate on Srila Prabhupada, offer your gratitude. So when the Vaishnavas leave, then we sing. Then we sing Song of Separation, or is referred to as Swa Prashada Bhagavat Viraha Janita Vilapa by Srila Narottam Das Thakur. So the translation, therefore, 5 stanzas. He who brought the treasure of divine love and who is filled with compassion and mercy, where has such a personality as Advaita Acharya gone? Where are my Swarup Damodar and Rupa Goswami? Where is Sanatan? Where is Raghunath Dasa, the savior of the fallen? Where are my Raghunath Bhatta and Gopal Bhatta? And where is Krishnadas Kaviraj? Where did Lord Gauranga, the great dancer, suddenly go? I will smash my head against the rock and enter into the fire. Where will I find Lord Gauranga, the reservoir of all wonderful qualities? Being unable to obtain the association of Lord Gauranga, accompanied by all of these devotees in whose association he performed his pastimes, Narottam Das simply weeps. There are some song copies that have been passed around. Jayanilo preme dhana karuna pracho. Oh, Krishna, thank you. Heno Prabhu Kota Gila Acharya Thakur. Kaha mora swarup rupa, kaha sanatan. Kaha dasara gunata patita pavan. Kaha mora bhatta yuga, kaha kavira. Eka kale kota gela gora natara. Hoshane kutibo mata anale pasibo. Gauranga gunera nidhi kota yela pavo. Gauranga Sheshabha Shangira Shange Jai Koilo Bilal. Sheshanga na paye kande narato madai. Sheshanga na paye kande narato madai. Sheshanga Jaya Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Vaishnav Thakur, Jaya Vaishnav Thakur. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Tirubhav Maha Mahotsav ki. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for your meditation on Srila Prabhupada. We are going to ask His Grace Ram Vijay Prabhu to speak first. And then His Holiness Parthasarathy Das Goswami will address us.
Na salakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Hare Krishna devotees, Hare Krishna Maharaj. Although I am sitting on the Vyasasana, I'm just going to be a few minutes. So, devotees, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you all that I had today, some reflections also. And whatever I say was my own conversation with my mind. So this is how I was trying to preach to myself. And I hope it will also help you. Of course, this is the day when we reflect on Srila Prabhupada and what he's done for us. It's obvious that without Srila Prabhupada, there would be no Krishna consciousness for us. That's a given. And we know that Srila Prabhupada brought Krishna consciousness to us, to the Western world, to the whole world. And I was trying to reflect on what that entailed, because it's not maybe as simple as we may think to take Krishna consciousness out to the world. Firstly, if we read the texts, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, etc., without Srila Prabhupada's translations, or even if there were English translations, without Srila Prabhupada's purports, there would not be something we could easily understand. Definitely, it'd be very difficult for us to understand. Even now, if you read the text without the purport, it can be very difficult, given everything we've already been made to understand. So Srila Prabhupada took that very elevated Vedic Krishna consciousness, this Vedic culture, Bhakti Yoga, and he gave it to us, people who had no understanding of this. In order to do something like that, you need to really understand something well to take the essence of it and give it to someone else. There's two things you have to understand. What's the essence of the message you got, and what's the mentality of the people so that they could understand. And Srila Prabhupada, you can see, he did that so expertly. He took the essence of that Krishna consciousness and he gave it to us who have very different mentalities, us who the Vedic culture is totally foreign to, and he gave it to us in a way that we could understand. So he understood our mentalities and he understood that and he brought that together. That's how empowered he was. Because these scriptures were available even before Srila Prabhupada brought them. But our ability to digest or even understand it, let alone that they were presented authentically, but assuming that someone even presented authentically, we wouldn't be able to understand it. And that's what Srila Prabhupada did, which is so unique. Something that people from all over the world can understand. Not just people who had some experience of Vedic culture or a certain type of people. We see that Prabhupada put this message across that anyone in the world could understand it. And that's what is such a genius that Srila Prabhupada was in what he gave to us. And then not only was Srila Prabhupada satisfied to give this to the people around him and who he met. It's very easy, even when we are sharing Krishna consciousness, to share it with the people around us, the like-minded people, the people we know. It's very easy to share with them and get them on board with us. But Srila Prabhupada had much bigger mission. He wanted to share it with the whole world, and not only for his lifetime, for future generations also. And for that, he put everything into books, so the teachings would remain intact. And he started an institution so that the mission could be propagated for generations to come. And we all know to have an institution, we all deal with our one temple here. It's a lot of effort, it's a lot of responsibility, and it is very difficult. But Srila Prabhupada, at the age of 70, he took on this worldwide mission, created 108 temples around the world, created an institution which is so much more burdensome, all so that he could secure that we all have the opportunity in future generations to get Krishna consciousness. That was the depth of his mercy and his kindness. It wasn't only for the people that were immediately present. It's very easy to love someone who's present with you and be kind to them in your presence because you know them. But imagine loving people who are not born yet. What it takes to make a sacrifice for those people also. So Srila Prabhupada did that for us. He invested in us. And we all see that this was no small feat. It was no small feat, and we're seeing the success. And also it shows what Srila Prabhupada's followers gave us, because he trained them up so well, he inspired them so much, their faith increased so much that they authentically represented him. And this mission is carrying on in that way. So Srila Prabhupada's plan is working, and that mercy is flowing because of that. And this is the genius of Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada is not, although there is no such thing as an ordinary devotee, but even amongst devotees he's special. Even among gurus he's special. Even among acharyas he is so special. And we are recipients of that mercy, all of us who are seated here. So, if we think of our lives without Krishna consciousness, I mean, of course, we may not be on the highest levels of Krishna consciousness. Actually, we may be on the lowest levels of Krishna consciousness. But even us, in our lowly state, we've experienced the joy of Krishna consciousness. Sometimes there'll be some lecture, some kirtan, some beautiful outfit the deity is wearing or the way they decorated, some service you did where people are touched, which moves you even. And at that time you'll feel, wow, Krishna consciousness is so blissful. I don't desire to do anything else, right? We all had that maybe once or twice or a few times. Maybe some of us are feeling it more often. But, so even though we may not have reached the highest platforms, but we can taste what's in store for us, even us. So we can know what you're probably, we're getting a little taste of it. And then even if someone says, no, I didn't taste that, I didn't get that, even if we look in our daily lives with people who suffer, I mean, we all know devotees, we all know people who haven't taken to Krishna consciousness. Have you seen what the suffering is of people who haven't taken to Krishna consciousness? Imagine that your whole life is invested in your job, in your career, in your home. And then something gets pulled out from under your feet. Your family is taken away, your job is taken away. How hopeless. Have you seen people with that hopelessness in their eyes where they lose everything? Have you seen what that is like? It's a different experience. We don't know what it is. Because even if material nature gives us so many challenges, we still have hope. We still have Krishna. We still have the devotees. We have Krishna consciousness. So even though devotees do experience challenges, no doubt, but you see when a devotee has those challenges, how they're still hopeful. The light doesn't go out in their eyes that everything is useless. I mean, a practicing devotee, a serious devotee will not feel like that. So all of us, we don't realize that we've got this, and we are all acting like that too. Material nature doesn't affect us the way it affects people who are not Krishna conscious. So we've benefited practically and really in our own lives right now. But it's just that sometimes because we are in Krishna consciousness for so long and we experience and we feel the bliss of Krishna consciousness so often, we may forget how special it is, It becomes our normal way of life. But we mustn't forget how special this is, what it's like to not have Krishna consciousness. It is such a deep and powerful thing. So, and this is all coming from Srila Prabhupada. And now, Srila Prabhupada's disciples have done an amazing job of presenting and keeping everything intact for us and growing the movement. And now it's our turn, the second generation, to start taking that responsibility. We need to be more than just devotees externally. We have to deeply dive into Krishna consciousness. We have to deeply feel Krishna conscious. We have to increase the strength of our faith so that we will be inspired and be able to give Krishna consciousness to others. I mean, if we have any sense of gratitude, I mean, it's one thing to do our service out of duty. Yes, your Prabhupada, our spiritual masters, out of duty we should do it, but at least out of gratitude we should be willing. And then the more we think on all the things we've gotten and how much has been invested in us, they say it takes gallons of blood to make one devotee, right? So I'm one devotee. Someone's invested gallons of blood in me. And now there's 300 devotees, so 300 gallons of blood has been invested. Maybe not your or my blood, but somebody has invested in us. So this is what has been given to us. So how fortunate we are. Someone has invested in us. I mean, we have no qualification, but someone's out of their own inspiration invested in us. And now we should invest in others. And that's what will give us more mercy. So that is the proof of the pudding. I mean, you see all Srila Prabhupada's followers, they just do what Prabhupada did and try to carry on his mission while practicing seriously their Krishna consciousness. So I hope and pray that we all can do that, and I'm especially talking to myself, that we can get more serious about our Krishna consciousness, become more a follower of Srila Prabhupada in the true sense of the word, not just superficial devotees, not just devotees who come to programs, but actual devotees, people who are devoted to Krishna, devoted to Srila Prabhupada, become devoted. It must be a matter of investing our heart and feelings into what we do. It mustn't just be a mechanical process that we are doing, because we must touch hearts. His Holiness Swayam Bhagavan, Keshava Maharaj, gave a very interesting explanation of how the guru-disciple relationship works. I may not express it properly, but he said, it's a matter of touching the heart of the spiritual master. When you touch the heart of the spiritual master, then the mercy flows from the heart of the spiritual master to the heart of the disciple. So we have to think, what will we do to touch the heart of Srila Prabhupada, touch the heart of our Siksha and Diksha gurus, touch their hearts, see what's important to them, touch their hearts, and then that mercy can flow to us also. And yes, and that's how this mission will continue. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to request His Grace Srila Krishna Prabhu to please come to the Vyasa-san and also share some of his thoughts and realizations with us. On the Vyasa-san, Srila Krishna Prabhu. If I did it, you have to do it.
Hare Krishna. Although we do sometimes use the Vyasa-san when we speak in the temple or Bhagavatam class, but it's very awkward to be in front of Maharaj. So I pray that Maharaj will please bless me. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. This is not prepared as such because I was just meant to be the MC. But I'd like you to use your imagination and take yourself back to try to visualize, maybe even you may have seen some pictures. New York City. Tall grey buildings. (1965) September. One of the coldest winters ever experienced in New York. Listen to the cold winds blowing through the canyon walls of the cities. You may close your eyes if you want. And as we zone in from the sky, there's a lone figure in the dress of a sadhu, rather incongruous in the city of New York. Of course, New Yorkers are used to seeing the strange. Pulling his chadar around him against the cold wind. What was the sadhu doing all the way in New York? And who was he? And why did he come? "5,000 years earlier, Sri Krishna spoke to Ganga Devi, had asked her to come to this planet to relieve these miseries of the suffering souls. But she was in anxiety that if she came, then all the sinful people who would bathe in her would deposit the contaminating effects of their sin in her. So Sri Krishna assured her that do not worry, my mantra upashaka, the worshipper of my holy names, will come. And the mantra upashakas, they will come and they will bathe in you. And they will relieve you of your sinful activities. So, a prediction, a prophecy. When Krishna left the association of the gopis, they sang this beautiful song, Tava Katamritam, Tapta Jivanam, Kavibhir Ititam. You know, this song, and that refrain ends with the words, Bhuridha Jana, Bhuridha Jana. Surely those who spread the holy names and bring relief to the suffering souls are the most munificent. So that in that song is considered to be a prediction of Srila Prabhupada's appearance in this world. Bhuridha Jana, the most munificent. "500 years ago approximately, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also predicted, Priti Viti Acha Yata Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachara Hoibe Morenam, that in every town and village in this planet, my holy name will be heard. And at that time, the voyages of discovery had just begun. The world had not been discovered. So it could have been considered a poetic statement. But it was not. It was a prediction that in every town and village the holy name will be heard. And who would do that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued to explain, it's recorded Chaitanya Bhagavat, that Yadi chadi papi dharma dhur yeshyaya mora senapati bhakta hoibe totoya, that my senapati, my commander-in-chief of my armies will come. And what he would do, even if the sinful fled far to the west, he would pursue them and deliver them. Yadi chadi papi, the sinful ones. So, Srila Prabhupada, his life is a fulfillment of a prophecy, his mission. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, in Antya Leela 7:11. Say after me, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Kuli Kalera Dharma Krishna Nama Sankirtan Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi Tara Pravratan. The translation. The fundamental religious system in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Unless empowered by Krishna, one cannot propagate the Sankirtan movement. Srila Prabhupada is a pure devotee of the Lord, empowered by Krishna, commissioned by Krishna to come to deliver all of us. Can you imagine what our situation would be if Srila Prabhupada hadn't come? We would still be floundering in the darkness of this material ignorance. We would not have known what is it to be even clean. We had no standards of cleanliness. We didn't even know that. Srila Prabhupada came and gave us practically what we should do with our lives, as well as directed us in terms of philosophically knowledge, and established us on the highest platform of Bhakti Yoga. It is phenomenal. And I do post some things on Facebook, so I have friends overseas, and they send to me what they are doing in their temples. And every nook and cranny of the world, you see that standard program, Mangalati, Guru Vandana, Tulsi Puja, Kirtan, youth. It is absolutely phenomenal. It is beyond comprehension to think that Srila Prabhupada has done all of that. And as we sit here in every time zone, the holy name is reverberating as we sit here all around the world. It's absolutely phenomenal. We cannot begin to appreciate that. And therefore, we must not become complacent. I pray for that for myself. The devotees are living in the temple, they've given up their lives to be here. We have so much gratitude for them that they have done that. The devotees who are living outside come here regularly and do their service and go back. They have done so much service. There's so many elderly devotees given their time. And how has this happened? Srila Prabhupada came and then he gave us his sons and daughters, like His Holiness Partha Sarathi Das Goswami Maharaj. Ki! I have had the good fortune of when I was coming along, not so long ago, 31 years, 32 years ago, that Maharaji came. Personally, he would come to my programs in schools when we did school preaching and come and encourage me. One day, I came running and Maharaj was going to a program and he had jumped in the car and the car was full. So I said, Maharaj, have you got place for me? And Maharaj said, we will always have place for you. Hare Krishna. So I remember that, and therefore I have to also say that I have deep gratitude, and therefore I always have place for Maharaj too. So we are very, very fortunate that these great souls have come and have been empowered by Srila Prabhupada so that they could save us all. And in this Tirubhav, a disappearance day of Srila Prabhupada, I think we all should try to make some commitment to rededicate ourselves to Srila Prabhupada. And there's so many youth. We started a youth movement and we're waiting for the exams to be over to get you all together. You're the next generation and you have to take this seriously. We see the youth in other religious organizations, how committed they are, how steady they are, how regular they are, and how much they can preach what they have learnt. So we want you to do that. I want you to be able to do that and make our gurus proud. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Smita Krishna Prabhu. I can only imagine what you would have presented if you had more time. Oh, Maharaj. Sorry.
At this stage, I would like to say that I'm a strong supporter of women's empowerment. I've been told to say this by my lady disciples. And we would request a lady to come forward and just to speak a few minutes even. So, yeah. You can.
Okay. Thank you, Maharaj. So we'd like to request Grace Gaurabhumi Mataji to come to speak a few words also.
Hare Krishna. This is very unprepared. Please forgive me. I must be very honest. I didn't have much meditation today. It's been one of those festivals where there's so much to be done that we just have to get things done. And what I will share, though, is things that I have thought about in the past, or memories of Prabhupada that have stuck in my mind in some way. So I'll just share a few very short things, and maybe they're not connected and there's no thread that ties them, but each one is very special to me in some way because they highlight what Srila Prabhupada gave up to save us in some way, or the depth of Prabhupada's compassion, which I don't think we fully understand sometimes, and it's something I think we take for granted. So the first thing I will share is an excerpt from a book called The Beggar. The Beggar is a series of books written by Bhakti Tirtha Swami, who is a very dear disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And The Beggar is a series of prayers that Maharaj writes. And this particular prayer he writes, it's basically a story of a spirit soul who's trapped somewhere and he doesn't know where he is, he doesn't know where he's going, but he's having this conversation with this, you could say, this voice in the sky. There's a door in front of the spirit soul and he's trying to get through the door and he doesn't know what to do. And the voice keeps encouraging him, keeps pushing him on, but he doesn't know where he is, and he's so lost and he's confused, and all he can see are his faults. And that's all he can focus on, but he doesn't want to accept it. But the conversation brings him to the point where he has to accept what he is. He's a fallen, conditioned soul, right? So this is the part from the story that says, I quote, "As soon as I humbly but deeply accepted the roots of my faults, my radical change of consciousness miraculously turned the key." So remember, the soul is stuck in front of a door, and the key is there, but it's not working, and the door is not opening. So it finally turned. And all of a sudden, that same voice that had just moments before heavily chastised me, addressed me in the gentlest manner. To my surprise, he warmly embraced me and looked deep into my eyes, and his words cut to the core of me. "My child," the voice said, "it was not really your screaming, your crying, or even your change of consciousness that turned the key. It was the prayers of your spiritual master. For decades, your spiritual master has been begging screaming and crying to the Supreme Lord on your behalf, even more loudly, more feelingly than you have cried. Your spiritual master's pitiful begging for your deliverance is what sent me here to free you. You see, you were a beggar who did not know how to beg. But fortunately for you, the cries of your spiritual master pierced through the many thick layers of the material universe and summoned my intervention. Ultimately, it was these cries of your spiritual master that actually saved you. For although he is a fully realized soul, his softened heart knows the humble art of begging. And to me, that fully establishes the depth of love that Srila Prabhupada had for us. That we could come to him, and even, you listen to memories of Srila Prabhupada, and there are disciples who came and who left, but Srila Prabhupada still prayed for them. He still cared about them. You could come to him and you may have broken the principles or whatever it was, but all Prabhupada was focused on is what you did for him when you were here, right? Even through all your struggles, Prabhupada only saw what you could do for Krishna. And he continued to pray and he continued to beg to the Lord to please accept these devotees who I am bringing, even though we have no good qualities. But we are sincerely trying for him, and he is what is carrying us through in our life. It kind of reminds me of another pastime that I read in the biography of Yamuna Devi. Yamuna Devi was traveling with Srila Prabhupada in India, and they had opened a temple in Calcutta. So there were many Western devotees, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and there were many local Indian devotees who were joining. And for various reasons, they couldn't get along. The Westerners had their problems, the Indians had their problems, and everything was a big fight. And, the mood in the community was just getting worse and worse and worse. And Srila Prabhupada, one day he called an Ishtagoshti, and he called every single temple devotee or every devotee there into his room. And he sat them all in a row, and he said, okay. And he asked each and every one of them, you tell me what you think the problem is. And each devotee said what they had to say, what they thought was wrong with the temple, with this devotee, with that devotee, why they couldn't do their service. And Prabhupada listened to each and every one of them. He just had his eyes closed and he listened to them. And everyone spoke and everyone spoke and spoke, and eventually Prabhupada didn't say a word. And everyone just got very quiet after everyone had their share. And eventually Prabhupada opened his eyes and he looked at all of them and he said, do you think it was easy for me? Do you think it was easy for me in Butler, Pennsylvania, when I opened the fridge and there was cat food next to my vegetables? Do you think it was easy for me? And at that moment, everyone realized what Prabhupada had given up, what he had left behind. Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, right? He tried so many times to come to America and it didn't work. He could have left it at that and said, well, I tried to fulfill the order of my guru. It didn't work. At least I gave it a shot. No one would have blamed him. He tried. Smriti Krishna Prabhu was talking about Prabhupada in those early days in New York. I think in the Hare Krishna movie, it said that, when Prabhupada was alone in New York and it was the coldest winter ever recorded. And he would walk and he would look at the timetable for the ships that would go back to India because nothing was working, nothing was happening. He would go and he would look and he would think, should I go back? No one would have blamed him if he left. Prabhupada came from such a different culture where his mother was carried in a palanquin from one house to another. And he came to the Bowery for us and he never left. The depth of Prabhupada's compassion is something that we will not fully understand, that we will not fully be able to repay back, but we can try. By all means, we can try, even though we know that we will never be able to pay that debt back. And the last thing I will share is something that Kanamakanana Maharaj spoke very often. And in the final book that was published, it was in the front. It's something that Tamal Krishna Maharaj used to say. but it's that the duty of the spiritual master is to give his disciple a vision for their lives which is greater than the one that they would have come up with on their own, and then to help the disciples to realize that vision. And I don't think we understand what a vision Prabhupada has given us in our lives. If we just think for a moment, where would we be without the vision that Prabhupada gave us? For myself, I have no answer because I've been born into this movement. Would I even exist? I don't know. So I literally, from the bottom of my heart, I owe my whole existence to Prabhupada. And many of us do. The vision that he has given my life and our lives is something I cannot repay back, but I will try through the mercy of the Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Gurubhumi Maji. We'll now call Subhananda Prabhu, and then thereafter will be Rasastali Mataji.
Om Gyanabdhimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurumritam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Nama Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavari Pastata Desadarine Jagaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So Hare Krishna devotees. So I'd like to share some of my realizations that has been driving me in my service over these last couple of years. So I'd like to read something from one of our senior Vaishnavas. And he's quoting, he said, once on his Guru Maharaj's disappearance day, Srila Prabhupada said, on the absolute platform, there is no difference between the appearance and disappearance of the spiritual master. Both are beautiful, just like the sunrise and the sunset. So although we feel separation, within the separation, our remembrance of Srila Prabhupada is heightened, and thus we experience the beauty of his presence in separation. So linked to, it's difficult speaking about Srila Prabhupada's departure because, as we know from the senior Vaishnav's recollection of the last few days of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada was bedridden. He was hardly eating. He would only sip a little liquid, and so he was very weak and almost no energy. And he would lie in his bed, and sometimes with great difficulty he would speak softly, often faintly, and only those close to him could hear his voice. So one of the pastimes that's very dear to me, that's been driving in my service, and I'm hoping that it can inspire you, is that about 8 days before Srila Prabhupada left the planet, he called one of his most intimate disciples, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj. And Maharaj was staying on the top of the Gurukul building in Vrindavan. So around midnight, 8 days before Srila Prabhupada left the planet, he asked his servant to please call Giriraj. I want to speak to him. So imagine this is midnight, and it's 8 days before Srila Prabhupada could leave the planet. So Giriraj Maharaj runs down, thinking that Srila Prabhupada is about to leave the planet. And so Giriraj Maharaj enters Srila Prabhupada's room in Prabhupada's room in Vrindavan. He offers his obeisances and he waits for Prabhupada. And after some time, Srila Prabhupada says very strugglingly, "Do you think this movement will carry on without me?" And Giriraj Maharaj immediately replied, "Yes, Srila Prabhupada, if we are sincere, we chant our rounds, 16 rounds, and we follow the 4 regulative principles, this movement will surely continue." And then Srila Prabhupada, after some time, very strugglingly, he says, so he did not refute what Maharaj said, but he added, organization, intelligent organization. So these two things, it's like a train track. Without the 2 rails, the train cannot move. So this ISKCON movement, which is, as we know from the founder Acharya paper, Ravindra Swarup Prabhu put together with all founder Acharya's team, including His Holiness Bhakti Chaura Maharaj, Yadavara Maharaj, and various other senior Vaishnavas, that this ISKCON is Srila Prabhupada's body. And for it to continue, we all have a responsibility. It's not just for the temple president, Ram Vijay Prabhu, or the national secretary, or the GBC. Every devotee here, sitting here, has a responsibility to work cooperatively to ensure this ISKCON movement continues. So interestingly, what Maharaj, His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj had said, that we have to be sincere in our practice of Krishna consciousness. We have to follow the 4 regulative principles. We have to chant our rounds. These are must. And at the same token, we have to apply intelligence in our service and be organized. This is a kind of a divergence of the previous kind of acharyas where we had a guru-disciple. Now you have the guru-disciple and the institution, which is in one sense amazing. It's a revolution what Srila Prabhupada has given us. He's created a safety net because not only do we have our immediate guru, we have spiritual aunties and uncles that we can approach when we are having challenges. So this is amazing, and this is all due to the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Now, speaking to Srila Prabhupada's intent, in various of his quotes and in his books and his lectures, and he speaks about his preaching mission. And the ultimate, he says, my mission is that everyone home back to Godhead. So this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which Srila Prabhupada tried to establish first with the League of Devotees before he left India, that purposes of ISKCON actually comes from the League of Devotees, where Srila Prabhupada is taking forward this notion of his instruction from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur of preaching Krishna consciousness in the Western world in English language. And Srila Prabhupada could have easily sat in Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar temple says, because, and taken the Vaishnav kind of understanding that, I will just depend on Krishna. Krishna said this, it's going to happen. Srila Prabhupada actually went. He acted as the instrument. He went to the West. He traveled on the Jaluduta. He had heart attacks. And he wrote a beautiful poem, which I'll read shortly, some stanzas of it, understanding Srila Prabhupada's mood and what he's actually given to us. So it's up to all of us to work together to ensure that this movement goes to what Srila Prabhupada wanted. And what he wanted is a worldwide religion, international society. You know, it's not the Indian Society for Krishna Consciousness. It's actually the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And we have a good start because we have majority of the devotees here are from an Indian background. So we have this, an head start, and we have a way of we need to take a responsibility and give this out to everyone. So coming to the point I want to say in my service is that, and some of the devotees before had spoken about gratitude. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already ordained it, that in every town and village, my holy name will be, the holy names of Krishna will be heard. So Srila Prabhupada did not just sit in Vrindavan, in Radha Damodar and expect, because the Lord has said it, it will happen. He actually physically went to the west and went to those archetypes. Now, speaking back to this point of gratitude, and coming back to this first pastime I said, where Srila Prabhupada said, this movement will only continue if there is the sincerity, the devotees are following, we are following. So I'm saying we, meaning me, and we all, and we're following the principles, we're chanting, and we are also applying organization and intelligence. So it's not just that, by the sincerity that this movement is going to carry on. We also need to have the cooperation of all of us, wonderful devotees, together to move this movement forward. So, speaking on the point of gratitude, that Srila Prabhupada was concerned that the movement would not continue. And if we are truly grateful to Srila Prabhupada what is given, we will work together cooperatively to ensure this movement continues. Gogovinda Maharaj would always say, tolerate, and then cooperate. So, I just want to read something on Srila Prabhupada's mood or his prayer. So this is about 5 days before the Jaladuta anchors in Boston on 17th of September. And Srila Prabhupada is writing in his diary. So this is on 13th September, Srila Prabhupada noted in his diary, 32nd day of the journey, cooked Bhati Khichdi. It appeared to be delicious, so I was able to take some food. Today, I have disclosed my mind to my companion, Lord Shri Krishna. There is a Bengali poem that made by me in this connection. And so Srila Prabhupada, this poem was a prayer to Lord Krishna, and it's filled with Prabhupada's devotion and confidence in the mission that he had undertaken on behalf of his spiritual master. So here are some of the opening stanzas in English. I emphatically say to you, O brothers, you will obtain your good fortune from the Supreme Lord Krishna only when Srimati Radharani becomes pleased with you. Sri Srimad Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who is very dear to Lord Gauranga, Lord Chaitanya, the son of Mother Sachi, is unparalleled in his service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. He is that great saintly spiritual master who bestows intense devotion to Krishna at different places throughout the world. By his strong desire, the holy name of Lord Gauranga will spread throughout all the countries of the Western world, in all cities and towns and villages on earth. From all oceans, seas, rivers, streams, everyone will chant the holy name of Krishna. At the vast mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu conquers all directions. A flood of transcendent ecstasy will certainly cover the land when all sinful, miserable living entities become happy. The Vaishnav's desires then fulfill. And Srila Prabhupada ends the poem. Although my Guru Maharaj ordered me to accomplish this mission, I am not worthy or fit to do. I am a fallen and insignificant. Therefore, O my Lord, now I am begging you for your mercy, so that I may become worthy, for you are the wisest and most experienced of all. So we can understand Srila Prabhupada's mood. He actually wants to take this holy name to all parts of the world. And it's up to us to show gratitude, because the Lord has ordained it, meaning that this will happen in every town and village. Whether ISKCON is the one institution that does it, it's actually up to all of us. It's not just the leaders, it's every devotee has a responsibility. Srila Prabhupada's mission. And with that, I'd like to say Hare Krishna. Jagaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Subhadananda Prabhu is a very quiet and humble devotee, but he's involved in some very, very high-profile service in ISKCON, like the GBC Strategic Planning Committee and so on. He flies overseas often to be connected there in all those discussions. So we'd like to also hear from Rasastali Mataji. So 5 minutes more. I see people are leaving. Just 5 minutes. Be here and appreciate Rasastali Mataji's presentation. Also, let's call Rasastali Mataji. Please come. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna devotees, if you do need to go, I totally understand. It's late, but it is Friday, so you don't have to worry about work tomorrow. I listened to the talks of the devotees in Vrindavan, the Vrindavan celebration this morning, with various disciples, Srila Prabhupada's disciples, men and women. And it was so enlivening. And I want to share the thing that really touched me so deeply. So many devotees, or maybe you don't know, there is a war in Iran. It's actually a genocide. And it's not in mainstream media, so there's not much known about it. But it's actually, it's torturous. And the devotees there, they speak Persian. So if you don't follow mainstream Islam, even if you're Muslim, you get persecuted. So the devotees there have a kind of determination that is unfathomable to me. And I unfortunately forget the devotee's name, but he had 4 books. He had a Bhagavad Gita, Perfect Questions and Answers, Beyond Birth and Death, and Perfection of Yoga, translated into Persian by these devotees. And those Persian books are on ships, and they're going all over the world. And this devotee said something so beautiful. He said that Prabhupada was not about preaching to countries. He wanted to preach in language, because language goes beyond countries. So these Persian books will go into the hands of people all over the world who speak Persian, and maybe they will be able to take it back, because those devotees in Iran, they don't have printed books. They're not allowed to have that kind of thing, and even if they did, it would be exceptionally dangerous for them. So Srila Prabhupada took so much risk coming for us, and it is enlightening to hear that there are devotees today, right now, somewhere in the world, who are also risking everything for the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya. So I just wanted to share that. That was just so powerful for me. And as every year, I'd always like to offer something to you, Srila Prabhupada. So this year, very quickly, I'll just tell you a little bit about Bhakti Theatre. I think that might be our crowning glory this year for the many devotees that are involved in that service. So we applied to the Department of Arts and Culture, their Community Arts Festival, which they host at the Durban Playhouse. Professional theatre companies applied, and there were 91 applications. Out of the 91 applications, they chose 37 to audition. And out of the 37, they chose 10 to perform. So Srila Prabhupada, we are so pleased to tell you that we were selected to be one of the 10. And the story of Srila Prabhupada is about a young black girl, young South African girl, and how she comes in contact with Bhagavad Gita and how it moves her. And in the story, we have a story within the story. So Krishna and Arjuna and the warriors appear in it. So we performed Bhagavad Gita and chanted the holy name, and we invited a school to attend. And that class needed to perform at their presentation for their exam, and they chose to perform the Maha Mantra. So, Srila Prabhupada, thank you so much for engaging us, and please continue to bless all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Rasa Salimaji. And we are always enlivened to see how the devotees are serving Srila Prabhupada. There are many devotees are serving in various capacities, and we don't know some of what's going on. So I think that might be a project for us to recognize the devotees who are doing so much of service. So something to think about. We'll end with 5 minutes of kirtan, and prasadam will be served as I see on our schedule. It says light prasadam, so it's late, we want to keep it light. So thank you so much for your attendance, and I hope that your meditation on Srila Prabhupada increases more and more. It is certainly one of the greatest fortune that we've all had to have encountered the teachings of Srila Prabhupada, his disciples, his movement. Everything that Srila Prabhupada has achieved in this world has impacted us in so many ways. So we pray today to Srila Prabhupada to please bless us all, that we can become worthy servants of his servants, of his servants. Srila Prabhupada ki. So who'll sing? Somebody, just 5 minutes. Anybody? Any of the Madhajis would like to sing? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura. Bol, Haribol. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Tirubhav Maha Mahotsav ki, Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness ki, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you everybody. Please drive carefully.
Play Haribol. Hey, play it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Bolo, 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 bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Oh Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Oh Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Oh Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Oh Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Oh Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Oh Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Oh Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nittai Gaur Hari, Hari, Hari. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, bolo. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhu, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Nittai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nittai Gaur Premanande.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
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 Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada.
Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada. 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 Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Gurupad, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Shri Shri Nitai Gaur Premanandi Srila Prabhupada ki